Welcome back to SENVANG's YouTube channel. I'm Hami, and today I'm back with the Vietnam real estate movement of August 2022. So let us start the video today by reviewing the main highlights of the previous month. Hundreds of businesses storing mixed land cannot implement projects. Many new regulations related to the housing market come into effect. Proposal to calculate land sales tax at market price. About to report the investment policy of high-speed railway, prioritizing the construction of two sections nearly 25 billion USD. The Prime Minister presides over the meeting on draft laws, including the land law. Demand for warehouse real estate increased sharply. More than 43 million land plots are included in the land database. Currently, up to 99% of the housing projects is located in the mixed land fund, including agricultural and non-agricultural land, so that the investor cannot implement the project in accordance with the provision of the Law on Housing 2014. Specifically, point C, Clause 2, Article 22 of the Law on Housing 2014 and Clause 4, Article 23 of the Law on Housing 2014 stipulates that the investor must have 100% of residential land to be recognized as an investor. In fact, the type of project with 100% residential land accounts for only about 1% of the real estate market. Thus, up to 99% of the housing projects have mixed land funds or have the right to use land other than residential land. This leads to a shortage of project supply, a shortage of housing supply, especially affordable housing and social housing, and cause great difficulties for businesses that have spent a lot of money to prepare the project land fund, bearing many risks due to the prolonged capital stagnation. From August the 15th, many new regulations related to housing market officially took effect, which are expected to contribute to solving problems and overcoming difficulty to help the market recover and develop. Support poor households to build and repair houses. Pursuant to Circular Number 1, 2022 of the Ministry of Construction on Housing Support for Poor and Near-Poor Households in Poor District under the National Target Program for Sustainable Poverty Reduction in the period 2021 to 2025, implemented in the form of new construction or house repair. Specifically, poor households, near-poor households, support to build, repair houses, signed commitment and register with People's Committee of Communists, proposed to choose house models, new construction or repair method. The norm in this case is 40 million Vietnam dong per household for new construction, 20 million Vietnam dong per household for house repair from the central budget. The criteria for poor households to be supported are also detailed in Article 3 of this circular. Regulations on the use of housing market data. This is a remarkable content issued by the government in Decree No. 44, 2022, stipulating 3 forms of exploitation and use of database on housing and real estate market, including online from the portal of the Housing and Real Estate Market Information System or through the portal of the construction departments. In addition, there are more regulations on disclosure of legal documents for real estate projects, must disclose information about the housing market, and periodically disclose information about the real estate market. Recently, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment released an information, which is that they are starting the plan that the authority will not collect the tax under the notarized sale contracts. Instead, the land transfer tax will be calculated according to the annual land price list according to the market price. When applying this provision, the low or high contract price declared by the land buyer and the seller does not affect the tax calculation. Some experts say that this is an important basis for ending the popular two-price house sales in the past. That is, the price of tax declaration and the payment of one type, the actual transaction price of the one type, in order to reduce tax payable. In fact, since the beginning of this year, the General Department of Taxation has required localities to declare real estate sales tax at market prices. However, because of the lack of the basis to compare and determine the true value of the real estate, in many places, the implementation of the requirements of the General Department of Taxation has encountered many difficulties. The Ministry of Transport has just sent a report to the Steering Committee of important national and key projects of the transport industry. Notably, in this report, according to the Ministry of Transport, based on the work program of the Politburo and the Secretariat in 2022, it is expected that September 2022 will be submitted to the Politburo for consideration and comments on investment policy of high-speed railway project on the North-South axis. Over the past time implementing the resolution of the Central Executive Committee and the direction of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Transport will actively advise the National Assembly to approve the investment policy in this term, particularly in the next term focusing on project formulation, site clearance, etc. The goal is to start construction of a number of bidding packages of the two priority sections in the year 2028 to 2029. On August 24th, at Government Headquarters, the Prime Minister Phát chaired a thematic government meeting on lawmaking to consider 4 law projects, including the revision of the land law. At the meeting, the government listened to the summary report of the draft, the agency in charge of drafting explained and received appraisal opinions, listened to the inspection report at the same time, spent time discussing, committing, clarifying the contents, amending and supplementing the draft laws. Law on land, law on price, law on bidding, law on cooperative. Accordingly, for the law on land, the delegates discussed in depth such content as case of land recovery by the state on the extension of the quota for receiving the transfer of agricultural land use rights of households and individuals, on permitting the transfer and mortgage of rental rights in land lease contract with annual payment, on land access of foreign invested economic organizations. Speaking at the meeting, the Prime Minister Phát stated that perfecting institution and building laws is one of the 3 strategic breakthroughs that recent party congresses have pointed out. The government considers institutional building and improvement as one of the important tasks which must be performed regularly and continuously, with the view that investment in institutional building and institutional implementation is an investment in development. Vietnam's logistics industry is experiencing significant growth due to the national economy, manufacturing sector, and e-commerce. Specifically, according to a number of reports on the Emerging Market Logistics Index published in 2022, Vietnam ranked 11th in the ranking of the top 50 countries. Vietnam's transport and logistics market is estimated to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 7% from 2021 to 2026. The government encourages manufacturing enterprises and attracts investment by establishing industry and economic zones. Currently, many businesses are having a hard time finding locations. Industrial parks and logistic areas around big cities are having high occupancy rates, in some places reaching nearly 100%. The supply of industrial real estate has not been able to meet the development needs of businesses. On the other hand, this gap creates opportunity for international real estate developers to invest in Vietnam. Over the past time, foreign capital flows into Vietnam's industrial real estate sector are still very abundant. Many investors are seizing the opportunity to launch products that are suitable for the market. In general, Vietnam has the potential to develop the logistics industry and become the logistics center of the region. Government policy and infrastructure are important factors for Vietnam to achieve this goal. According to a report from the General Department of Land Management, up to now 43 million land plots have been deployed and included in the land database. Based on the goal of completing the building of a digital database and national information system on land by 2025, and at the same time implementing the direction of the Prime Minister, the General Department of Land Management has focused on directing localities to speed up the construction of database to serve the settlement of administrative procedures in the electronic environment. According to the representative of the General Department of Land Management, up to now, about the building the central level land database, 4 data blocks have been built, completed and handed over to the Department of Information Technology and Documentary Data. To prepare for operation connecting to the National Public Service Portal, currently 63 provinces and cities have been building a land database with more than 43 million land plots, of which 217 out of 705 district-level administrative units have been completed building the database and put into management, operation, exploitation and use. 100% of Land Registration Office applies information technology in the management of cadastral records and land management. It is known that up to now, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has completed the draft decree on construction, management and exploitation of land information system. Thank you very much for watching until the end of this video. Please like and subscribe to our channel to receive more updated information of the Vietnam real estate market.